Hey guys, and welcome back to another Warframe 2024 playthrough episode. This week we're going to continue our kind of gathering process, getting ready to rank up to the max rank in the game. And yeah, so far we've finished all of the Warframes, we've finished quite a lot of the companions and other various bits and bobs that need to be accommodated. However, we are running woefully low on platinum, as you can see, and we're going to need a lot more before we kind of take on board any more of these units. So let me just gather up all of these. So that should be all of the gyros and everything we need now for the mowers to build all of those, so that's good. If we take a look in our inventory as well, we should have all of the Vulpefilers, so we've got Crescent, Panzer and Sly, and we should also have all of the Praetorites as well. One there, and one there. So in that front, we are now basically covered. So if we take a look in our inventory, let's see. Robotic, so we've got all the hounds, we've got all the mowers, we've got Helios, we've got Nautilus. I've bought all of the resources for the other weapons that you can buy. So this should now all be covered, bar obviously the prime weapons, or prime sentinels. And then on the companions front, we now have ourselves a Raxa Kubrau in storage, and we should actually have one ready right now, potentially. In 56 minutes we will have one, so we'll wait for that. And yeah, we have all of those Vulpefilers and Praetorites that we saw. Pardon me. So really, we just need to, get the rest of the Kavats and the rest of the Kubraus, and then we're done with this. We can probably get the Helminth Charger as well pretty easily, because obviously we just got to get rid of a Spore in order to do that. So the next thing I want to do, and we're going to do this first thing today, is going to be to get all of these apps. Now I have updated the spreadsheet with this. So if I just get that up right here, pretty much all of the resources that we're going to need are going to be on Venus. And we, last week, bought ourselves a resource booster, so we've still got 2 days left of that. So we can go ahead and get all the resources we need very easily for all of the amps. So there's a few that we need to get from the Plains of Eidolon. In fact, there's a few that we just need to craft. So I'm going to start just sort of crafting up any of the mining materials that we're going to need. We should have a good stockpile from the last time we farmed up all of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure we have everything we need on that front, and then we'll go ahead and farm anything else that we're going to need to finish all of the amps, and then we'll go ahead and build them. We should actually have all of the slots available already for that. 7 slots remaining, and I'm basically only going to be keeping the Ido amp because that's the only amp I'm ever going to be using, to be honest. It's good enough for pretty much everything, so yeah. We might get rid of the Moat amp if we need to get any more, but I don't believe that we will. I think that we are able to get the remaining amps and not have to buy any more slots, which is a good thing. So yeah, let's crack on with it. Alright guys, so I thought I'd just demonstrate here kind of how I've been farming these resources mainly, because I know a lot of people might get to this point and perhaps they're not like max rank with Cetus standing, so there's a way you can do this, provided obviously you've done the new war and you have access to Narma bounties and things like that. And you can get pretty much all of the resources you need from the Plains of Eidolon at least, just through Thumpers. Doing the Narma bounties specifically. The Narma Tusk Thumpers will drop everything that you need, all the way up to sort of Serum Beetle Shells. You can get all your Nith and whatever the other one's called, I can never remember. So basically, I will just go to the Narma bounty right at the end here, and take a fast frame. Volt's usually my preference because I can run my Kavat whilst actually moving around the map. And I can go ahead and just use kind of my second ability to speed me up a bit here. I do have a speed build that has, what is it called? Infested Mobility. But I'm not going to use that here. I'm going to use Eclipse for some extra damage. And there we go, we're going to run around until we find ourselves a Tusk Thumper. We'll go ahead and activate all of our abilities right here. Not going to worry too much about getting run over. And then I've got the Latamon right here with just toxin damage, fire rate, and multi-shot. Ooh, bit of bugging out. And you can use this to kind of just, yeah, annihilate these guys. I'll show the latent build after I've done this. You can charge in carnal mode by actually sort of shooting at the covers on the legs. And if your aim was a bit better than mine, you could do this much faster, but obviously I'm being an idiot. And there we go. We'll see what we get from this. I think that's everything. Oh, we got Gladiator Device as well. So yeah, we got our Nith there, we got a load of Pyrol, Yogwan Stomachs, Karkina Antennas, Auron, Mapricos. That wasn't actually a great one. But usually, you know, you can carry on running around, try and find another spawn. I will just leave and come back in. I generally get better odds just going out and coming back in, so that's what I'm going to do. But I'll just quickly show you the latent build there for anyone who's interested. It's really nothing special. Remember, we're still at the point where we haven't kind of upgraded all the mods we want. But basically, yeah. Pure damage on Toxin. Toxin damage is effective against Narmer enemies, so that's why we're running that. Expel Grenier, although I'm not sure. Is there a Narmer one? No. I don't know if that will work, actually, so maybe take that off. I don't know if it counts against Narmer enemies, but, you know, you can throw on whatever you want there. It's going to increase your damage further if you've got the 60/60 Toxin mod, which I actually don't have. I need to try and pick that up at some point, but yeah, we don't have it yet. That would be pretty good there, I guess. And you could also throw on an adapter and put on an extra slot for like lethal momentum or something. There's many ways you can improve this build. This is just what I've been using because it's what I have to hand. So yeah, just keep doing that, guys. You will get all the resources you need from the Tusk Thumpers. And you can go around the map in your Archwing if you want. You know, it's much faster to look for them. But remember, you will not be able to get the benefit of your Smeatikavat's charm when you're doing that. Alright, so I have been going a while now, and I think we are pretty much there. Apologies if there's a bit of a lag, by the way. Again, my computer doing some strange things recently, but there we go. That's the last, these will be the last scaffold and brace that we need for our amps. Once those are done, we can craft every single one of them. This is the last bracket that we need for our mowers, so once that's done, again, we can craft all of those, although we are going to need some platinum to get the slots that we need as well. And I'm also crafting the additional Sentinel robotic weapons that you can get from Fortuna on Venus as well. So we've got Hellstrom crafting, Cryotra crafting, we've also got... Where are the other ones? Oh yeah, Tazakor and the Volcax. So yeah, all in all, we're in a pretty good spot. Now, I have actually signed in today. I've only got a bit of time left because I signed in at lunch and then I had to obviously work for the afternoon, so I've only got 2.25 hours left of an affinity booster, but I think I am going to make use of that, and I'm going to try and maybe just punch us up to MR16. And then when we get to MR16, we'll go ahead and perhaps take a bit of time to re-roll our Rabvee Riven, since we can now equip it, because it is MR16. You can see it's already got 30 re-rolls on it, but I did get it for a very, very cheap price. Actually, I think I probably bought this for maybe 15 platinum, so it was an absolute steal at the time. So we're going to re-roll this, I think, a ton, and we need to max it out as well, actually. I should probably check to see what I can dissolve. I've got plenty of mods that I can dissolve, and I think I've also got a load of sculptures as well, yeah, that I can get rid of. Some of these don't even have stars in, so let's do that. Two of these as well. Yeah, I stack these up over a very long time, so whenever I get around to doing this, I always end up having quite a few of these. Maybe let's just see actually how much endo that will net us. I don't think it'll be too much, maybe hopefully about 40-ish K would be nice. But it may well not be that high. 36, that's pretty good. So let's get rid of those now. Very nice. So what I'm going to do with this affinity booster is I am going to do whatever pets that I have to hand right now. So we've got all our Praedocytes, we've got all our Vulpifilers, and we've got a few other robotic bits and bobs here and there. Do I have all of these in here? Yeah, I do. And then I will also just equip any weapons that I need to rank up as well. So you can see there's some here which I've just bought off of Barrow, Volcar Wraith, Quanta Vandal, Prisma, all that good stuff. I basically bought off of Barrow, but haven't got around to ranking up yet. So I'll equip all of these. We'll put on a frame that can do some damage, help our teammates out, and we'll jump into Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. And then, yeah, we'll see where it gets us to. It should, in theory, get us at least past rank 16, no doubt, because each of these pets is worth 6k each, same as a Warframe, and some of them come with their own weapon as well, remember, so like Nautilus will have its own weapon. The Hounds will have their own weapon, although we're not going to get a hold of those just yet, I don't think, so yeah. I'll crack on with it, guys, and then I guess we'll cut back in when we get to the MR16 test. There we go. Blimey, I can't actually remember the last time we ranked up on this account. It's been so long. We've kind of been holding steady while we gather the materials and the gear. But there we go. So, MR16. And let's go ahead. We're already a bit into 16. I didn't really do that much. So now we can do a few rerolls. Let's take a break from the grind and we'll reroll ourselves a Rabvee Riven. So let's max it out first. And let's see what we can get. I'm going to mute myself here and then yeah, I'll just do the rerolls and we'll see what we end up with. Alright, this is pretty good. It's not bad. Negative heavy attack efficiency is a great one to have. Combo duration though, I mean that's very close to a perfect roll, but yeah, I would have preferred something other than combo duration. But then again, you know, that might allow us to take something other than Nariman. So, you know, it could be quite nice, and that's a lot of extra crit chance and crit damage, so yeah, we'll stick with that for now, but we'll keep re-rolling. Alright. The question is it better? I don't think it is, and I think it's going to be really annoying, to be honest. The negative attack speed is definitely going to be annoying, particularly when we're, you know, not using Cora, and I don't want to just have the Riven on Cora and nothing else. I want to be able to use it with my Volt and everything else as well, so I think I'm going to pass this one up. That's a big damage Riven. No doubt about it, but yeah, we'll keep going. Alright, so we're coming to the end here. These are the last 3 rolls that we've got. Pretty happy with where we've ended up. I'm fairly comfortable sort of keeping this one on board now. We don't need a god level Riven. So just one more. Yeah, very doubtful we were going to get much better than that. The crit damage and melee damage Riven would have been pretty good if we had, you know, if we were just using this for Cora. But I was kind of mindful, obviously, that yeah, we're not just going to be using this on Cora. So let's take a look now at our poll. We do also have, where is it? Primed pressure point now, which we can put on. There's a lot actually that we can rank up and put on and get this really, really going now. But let's just refrain from that for a moment here. We're going to need to do a bit more formering, I think. So first of all, let's put on another one of these guys. Right there, I think. And get this ranking up, guys. I'll be back in a sec. We'll see where we end up. Alright, guys. So this is where we are at. So this is going to be what we use on our Cora. It's a shame that I haven't been able to kind of slot in a faction mod. I would really like to do that, and I might still try and do it. Might be maybe Organ Shatter that we get rid of. I don't know. It does add quite a bit of extra damage, Organ Shatter. I don't know if it's better than a faction mod, particularly a primed faction mod. I'm not really sure. Maybe we can test it. We'll see. But yeah, here's our Riven mod situated on here. You can see our crit chance up at the 176.9% mark. So going to be getting orange crits sort of 3 out of 4 hits, which is quite nice. And then I've maxed out Prime Pressure Point and also Prime Fever Strike and stuck both of those on. We are now completely broke in terms of Endo. That was all my Endo reserves and all my duplicate mods used up for both of those. So that's good. And then on the more kind of casual running around builds, this is what we're going to go with. We have put the faction mod on here. Obviously, we don't need to run Blood Rush or Weeping Wounds on this particular build, so we can slot it in along with Berserk Fury to pick up our attack speed. So yeah, let's just quickly, I'm kind of curious, so let's grab our Cora build. Yeah, make sure we're on the right one, and let's just try out, I'm going to keep it on Unairu, because I think we're going to be able to just hold the combo counter with that additional duration very, very easily, so let's just pop down to, say, Annie. We'll try a quick survival. And I think we should be able to get up to red crits now. That's my hope, is that we can get up to red crits. We've got the not so great starting room, but I'm sure we'll be fine. So we're on 11 times now. A couple more hits, and then we're there. Yeah, so 12 times combo counter now. So the majority of these should be reds that we're seeing, and they are. At least 60 or 70% of these are red crits, I would say. Which is good to see. Alright, quick little interlude here. We've now got everything we need, well, rank-wise at least, from New Loka and the parent sequence, if we just take a look here. So we've got all of the weapon parts that we need, and we've got all of the weapons that we need. And likewise in New Loka, all the weapon parts we need, and all of the weapons that we need. So now I have swapped over to Red Veil. And we're going to stick with Red Veil now for basically the remainder of this playthrough, because we're going to get Steel Meridian up out of the red and push Red Veil all the way through to the max whilst we do it. So yeah, that should all be good. We may well end up buying the Steel Meridian weapons anyway, because there's a good chance that by the time that we have the standing that we need, it'll be too late. The playthrough will be over. So yeah, it's going to be a while before we get there, but we'll get there. But in the meantime, we need to get some platinum. Our platinum supply is very low, and we do not have the slots or really anything going for us right now in order to continue sort of collecting up gear. So that is the next step. Now, we do not have a lot of a lot of stuff to get platinum with. Obviously, we can go back to doing the weekly stuff and things, so we will be doing that. But in terms of relics, you can see our supply is hilariously low. We don't have any Axes left. We've got very few Lith, very few Miso, and a semi-decent amount of Neo left. So we're going to have to do some relic farming if we want to do this. And I think probably the best way to do that right now is just going to be to solidly farm probably Apollo, just for Axii relics. When you're farming platinum, it's always best to open Axii relics regardless, really. The gold parts from Axies are generally worth more than any of the other relics. And to be honest, even on solo with, you know, just Titania and something fast to get around and clear these missions out, you can get maybe one Axii every sort of 3 minutes-ish if you're quick. So it's not a bad way to do it. And now that we've got our upgraded Zor, we might well be able to go much further in one run, making it a bit more efficient. So that's what we'll do, but we'll crack on with the weekly stuff and things first. So there's the Archon Hunt, obviously. I don't know if we're going to do that, although Volt does have plus 300% strength, which might be quite funny. And it's not too bad. Rescue, Interception, and then obviously the Showdown. So probably quite a quick one this week, relatively speaking. And then we'll do the Deep Archimedia as well. So without further ado, let's just crack on with it, guys, and see what we get. Yeah, so I was afraid that this was going to happen. So now that we've obviously collected all of the frames, we're not going to always get one that's going to be any good for us. So maybe we'll have to give Deep Archimedia a bit of a pass, unfortunately. Again, I don't know if it's going to net us that much platinum anymore. The arcanes we get from it, which is where we were getting some decent platinum from before, they've dropped massively in price. So I was selling Arcane Crescendo before for sort of 35-40 platinum, and now it's worth like 15-20. So it's maybe not as good as it was. Obviously, we can still get Archon Shards, which would be just great. But yeah, I don't think I can warrant it, to be honest, now that we don't have access to the good frames. So we'll come out of that. We'll just do the weekly stuff and things, and the sortie maybe. We might get some Rivens, or even a legendary core. That would be nice. So yeah, let's see what we get. All right. 8,000 endo, that'll get our endo supply back up a bit, but unfortunately it's not going to help us with our platinum situation. And a resource drop chance booster from the sortie. Again, helpful, but not helpful in getting us any platinum, unfortunately. So, moving on, let's start gathering up those Axii relics. Alright guys, so I'm doing one more run here. I have actually already used up quite a few Axies. Just sort of opening relics willy-nilly. But I have sort of come to use Chroma a bit more here, because although Titania can run around a bit more, Chroma can go for a lot longer. And the idea being that when you're using a frame like Chroma, where it's sort of less speed but more damage, is that we just go ahead and kind of put the key in, and then whilst the Demolist is making its way over to the whatever this is called, we can just continue to kind of pick up keys from other enemies, since we're already able to just one-shot the Demolists even when they're within a meter of the point. So yeah, I'm just going to carry this on for a bit, and then we'll probably have to round up the episode. I've run out of time for this week. It is Sunday evening, so yeah. I'll see you guys back in the Orbiter. Alright guys, so a bit of a long one this week. Thanks for hanging in there, those of you who have made it this far. But yeah, we've got quite a lot done. Obviously we got all the pets. I'm not sure if I showed it on camera, I don't think I did, but I've also rounded up all of the amps that we need as well. So we now have, yeah, all of these. So that's all done. I've added that to the spreadsheet as well, although it won't be on the one that's sort of I've linked in YouTube. And yeah, that's really basically where we're at with it all. We got a lot done pets-wise. We just need to start gathering up more platinum, get ready to get all the slots we need for the weapons. That's pretty much it. Getting the slots for the pets isn't actually too bad because they're quite cheap. You know, 12 slots or 12 platinum for 2 companion slots. So getting all of the, you know, like the pets, I guess, not the robots, but the pets is very, very easy to do. And the robots we can just sort of keep stashed in our foundry until we get the amount of platinum we need. So yeah, all in all, pretty good week. If you did enjoy the episode, guys, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.